Hello and welcome to the Aspire Guide to using ICT Functional Skills Level 2, looking at the past paper from January 2018. These past papers can be found in the Resources section of OneFile, from your Aspire tutor, or by searching directly on the Pearson website. Within this session, we'll be looking at question 1, which covers the using of a search engine and counts for 6 marks. Within that, the aims that we'll be covering are using appropriate search criteria and also using the screenshot function correctly. So, if we open up our paper, we can see that section 1 is the only section in which we can use the internet, and asks us immediately to open up the responses sheet and to enter our name, candidate number and centre number. This is entered here at the top, and your candidate number and centre number will be provided by your Aspire tutor. In question 1, it asks us to use an internet search engine to find an image of McCaig's Tower in Oban, and then to take a screenshot of the search engine showing the criteria used and the results of the search. So, I'm going to use the exact criteria that I've been given, which is McCaig's Tower in Oban, and I'm going to type that into Google. Hit enter. And once I've done that, I'm going to click on images and I'm going to take a screenshot now. And a screenshot can be found by pressing either screenshot or print screen button, which is on the right hand side of your keyboard above backspace or above delete. On some models of keyboard you may have to hold down shift first. That will depend entirely on the model that you're using. You may wish to familiarise yourself with that first. So having pressed print screen, I'm going to go back to my responses sheet and I'm going to make sure I paste my screenshot in the correct area, and that is between these carets here. I'm going to delete the text. I'm going to right click and I use the paste image option, and you can see within that is my criteria, my search engine and the results. One way of losing marks on this is to scroll down and then take a screenshot, which obscures the criteria that you've used. You can see that after that, what is asked for is a single image of McCaig's Tower in Oban and also the website address. So I'm going to go back to my images. I'm going to click on a single image. I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose the copy image option. Once that's done, I'm going to go back into my responses. I'm going to right click and I'm going to use the paste image option. Now that's slightly large for my liking, so I'm going to click on it once. I'm going to resize it by dragging in the bottom left. And you can see the next step in the table is the website address, or the URL. It's important to note here that what the exam is not asking for is the website address of Google. What it is asking for is the website address of this image. So I'm going to click on this image. And you can see I'm going to double check that the image is indeed here. And I'm going to copy and paste the Visit Scotland website address. Okay, you can see that section B of this question asks us to do a little bit of further research to complete this table. And that research is the year that the building of McCaig's Tower in Oban was started, and also the website address of the Cruachan Visitors Centre. Again, I'm going to use the exact search criteria that I've been given, which is McCaig's Tower in Oban. You can see I've already got it here, so I'm going to go back into all. I'm going to call my case tower in Oban building started. And you can see that by reading through some of the results that have been returned, I can see in bold there is the answer that I'm looking for, built in 1897. So I'm going to type that in directly, 1897. And the website address of the Cruachan Visitor Centre. Again, I'm going to use the exact criteria that I've been given, which is Cruachan Visitor Centre. I'm going to click into it directly. And I'm going to copy and paste the address directly in there. So if we return to our aims, we've shown that we can use appropriate search criteria to search for information, and we've also shown that we can use the screenshot function correctly. Some common traps to avoid are obscuring the search criteria, that is, scrolling down on the images and obscuring the search criteria at the top. Confusing screenshot with picture, and that is making sure that the single image goes into a table where the single image is asked for, and the screenshot goes into the area where the screenshot is asked for. And finally, copying the incorrect URL. That is, copying the address of the Google search and not the specific site that's being asked for. And that covers question 1, which should get us 6 marks.